This week we'll be reviewing several different topics that I know you've already learned, but we're just going to do a quick overview of them. So this one is order of operations. So that is which calculations come first when you're evaluating an expression. So hopefully all of you have heard of PEMDAS before. So this is the order in which you would evaluate an expression. So first you would handle parentheses, then exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And I have little examples off to the side. So a few of these are special. So multiplication and division, those happen from left to right. So even though division comes after multiplication in the list, you still would do division first if they're together, so you go left to right. So for example, if you look at this, we've got 10 divided by 5 times 2. So because they're both division and multiplication are together, we're going to go left to right. If you hadn't gone left to right, if you'd done 5 times 2 is 10, and then 10 divided by 10, you get 1. But if you did it from left to right, you'd get 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4 is actually the correct answer here, so this is not the method you would want to use. You'd want to go from left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. You'd want to go from left to right. So even though subtraction comes last, if it happens first in the expression, you want to do it first. So if you did it backwards in this case, if you did 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 5 minus 5, you'd get 0. But if you did it from left to right, you'd have 5 minus 3 is 2, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. So 4 is also the correct answer here. So you do not want to do the addition first. You want to make sure to do the subtraction and then the addition. So a quick example of this. When I'm looking at this expression, I see parentheses, so I want to do what's inside the parentheses first. So 3 plus 2 is inside the parentheses, so I get 5. Then next in our PEMDAS, we've got multiplication. So we have 4 times 5 is 20. And notice I'm taking everything else with it as I go. And then even though addition is coming first and left to right, division comes first in PEMDAS. So we're going to do division first. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. And then 2 plus 4 equals 6. With this example, I see parentheses and an exponent together. So this parentheses is going to pair with the exponent, and that's what you want to do first. A very common mistake is people will do multiplication first and do 3 times 2 is 6. But multiplication is not first in PEMDAS, exponents is. So you want to do the exponent first. So 2 squared is 4. And then 3 times 4 is going to be 12. And then we still have the minus 5. So we'll get 7. They can get more complicated. I would say another common mistake I see is some people will try to distribute the squared. So you might try to do like 4 squared plus 2 squared. But exponents actually don't distribute when there's an addition sign in the middle, so you cannot do that. Instead, you'd want to do parentheses first, since that comes first in PEMDAS, so you'd get 4 plus 2 is 6. And then you'd have 6 squared is 36, plus the 1 is 37. Same issue here. You'd first want to do 4 minus 2 and 4 plus 3. So we'd have 2 plus 3, 4 minus 2 is 2. And then in the denominator, we'd have 4 plus 3 is 7. Next, I see exponents, so I would do 2 squared. So remember exponent before multiplying. So on the top, we now have 2 plus 3 times 4. And then you can do the bottom separately. So I've got 2 times 7 is 14. And then we've got 4 times 3 here. So that's going to be 2 plus 12. And on the bottom, 2 minus 14 is going to be negative 12. And 2 plus 12 is 14. So 14 divided by negative 12. If you want to be really good, you should simplify your fractions. So notice both of these are even, so they can be divided by 2. So you would simplify to 7 divided by negative 6. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do this much faster in a calculator, but using PEMDAS, that's how you would evaluate this expression.